If there was ever a time to label a relationship as complicated, the dynamic between Ross and his ex-wife on Friends is
Susan's
definitely
Carol's friend.
Life partner.
Like buddies.
Like lovers.
You know how close women can get.
Susan and I live together.
Although I was married to her.
Carol, not me.
Right.
It's a little complicated.
A little.
But we're fine.
Absolutely.
Carol, played by Jane Sibbett, left Ross for a woman named Susan, despite being pregnant with his baby. For the mid-90s in conservative America, this storyline was a big deal.
There's a few too many people in this room. There's about to be one more. So anybody who's not an ex-husband or a lesbian life partner, out you go.
Jane has appeared in numerous roles on the small and silver screens across her 4-decade career, and now she's recognising her spiritual side in the most unique way.
And we're really excited to say hello to Jane Sibbett, who lives and joined us out of LA. Good morning, welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning. So nice to see you both.
So great to see you. You only appeared in 15 episodes, but Carol remains one of the most memorable characters of the series. You had to start filming right after giving birth to your son. Did you ever think about maybe turning this down?
You know, I was in such a baby haze because I literally had come home from the hospital when they asked me if I could take over the part of Carol. So no, there was no. It was immediate. I knew I wanted to do that.
Is it true you were originally picked to play the role of Rachel Green, but because you were pregnant, it ultimately went to Jennifer Aniston's character?
Almost. It's a bit of an embellishment. It's actually that I had left the room from auditioning for Rachel, and I got the phone call from my manager saying, they love you, they want you, you got to come back next week, but they want you. And so I said, did you tell them I was pregnant? And he said, no, just go on to the test, it'll be fine. So that's how it went. And so once they did tell them I was pregnant, they said, oh, that's not going to work out. And I said, ask them if I could play the pregnant lesbian. And they said, that timing still wouldn't work. And so when I got home from the hospital after delivering my baby, that's when I got that phone call. So it's kind of that way. No one could have ever played that part of Rachel besides Jennifer. No way.
Well, don't worry about embellishment. If you want to do embellishment, you've come to the right place. Now,
okay, good to know.
A lesbian character on screen, that was a whole big deal back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And we understand not everyone was thrilled with the character.
That's true. We were blocked out in a couple of the affiliates here in America, and they thought it was going to be a big deal. But it gave us a lot of wonderful press and a great opportunity for us to be talking about, you know, love is love, and this is something that we need to do, and it's just a beautiful storyline. So it will actually work to our benefit. At that point, I think it was the highest-rated episode of Friends to that point, and one of the highest-rated episodes of any television episode to that point too, which was lovely.
Yeah, and so important. The Friends finale aired 20 years ago, but the show, it's still as popular as ever. A whole new generation of fans coming through. You've got 3 children.
Yes,
do they watch? Have they seen it?
You know, it's funny. That son had never seen it. Those girls had snuck away when they were in, the eldest snuck out in high school to go see it. We had moved away from Hollywood, and this one finally, when she was 12 years old, said, Mom, I'm the last person on the planet to watch Friends. Please let me see it. Like, no, honey, I think it's a little too advanced for you. And she said, well, how about you just sit down and you explain it to me? And I said, oh, teaching moment. And so I used that opportunity to watch Friends for the first time myself.
Oh, that's how we watch this show with our kids. We sit our kids down and we explain what they're looking at.
So we have to strap them in.
Yeah, because they want to go. Now, losing Matthew Perry last year, that hit a lot of people all over the world really hard, especially his co-stars. How will you remember Matthew Perry?
One of the funniest men I've ever met. He was a dear heart. I knew him before I started Friends, and was so happy to be working with him again. And it's heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. We were just talking before we went on too about how his life will go on because he's touching so many people, and even now, who are struggling, battling with addiction. And so I hope that we always remember the legacy that you can be laughing through all of this pain, but ultimately at the end of it, you've got to get on top of it and do your best and get as much help as you can to get through it.
Yeah, legacy is a really important word that you use there. People may also recognise you from It Takes Two. You worked alongside Steve Guttenberg, Kirstie Alley, the Olsen twins. You played a bit of a villain.
I did. I did. You know what? I've lost my earpiece. It's fallen out. I played Clarice. It's true, and yeah, it was. I was the over-the-top Clarice. I
Love it.
I know my earpiece is here, so I'll play the earpiece.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
That's okay. We can still hear you, so that's okay. You just don't need to hear
You
us.
can't hear
And
us.
That's
But we'll just
by
watch,
the by.
You know what? We'll just watch the movie. We'll enjoy the movie. Can you hear us? Can you hear us again, Jane?
I can hear you perfectly.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Just in time for the most important question. You've embraced your spiritual side and you encourage others to do the same. Explain to us what is Jane's Dancing Hands. What's that about?
Oh, gosh, you know, I started doing documentary films on healers that don't call themselves healers, and one of them tapped me on the forehead. I went down, and when I came back, my hands were dancing, and I didn't know what it was, but I found out that I was led to help people, and they literally dance and help people feel better. Everything from eradicating cancer to reversing macular degeneration, all sorts of things, broken bones. It's something I can't even explain very well, but I do have explanation on my website. It's not me, it comes through me, and I'm just honored to do what I can to help in my own little tiny way here. It's very unusual, but people always seem to feel better, which is a good thing.
So this vision that we're seeing here, this is you doing your work through people?
Yeah, I'm working on people. I'm here on the Big Island. I'm working with some of the kahu, which are some of the elders. When I first got to Hawaii, people were coming up to me saying, "You're one of us," and I didn't understand it, but they were seeing something about the energy coming through me, and they could feel it, and they could see it, and my hands just independently start moving, and it's been such a wild ride. I never in a million years would have guessed it or even wished for it, and that's what happens. It starts moving, and I work with big crowds, and I work with people one-on-one.
Wow, that's tremendous. What a twist. We love that. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, bringing your positive energy to the show. We appreciate that.
Well, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you, Jane.
Thanks. Have a great day.